Hi, I'm Paul Sharpe from the University of North Carolina School of the Arts, and I'm here at D'Addario to talk about shifting, basic shifting for the double bass. Shifting is a fact of life for double bass players. While many other string players can spend a long time getting comfortable in first position, invariably double bass players are asked to shift a lot earlier. In fact, most of the early string methods you might see in classrooms have shifting. It's just part of what we have to do. We've got a whole step between 1 and 4. That means to get the number of notes we probably like to get, we have to shift to get there. So it's important you understand the concept of shifting and what comfortable shifting looks like. The first thing you need to make sure of is that you've made sure that the bass is well balanced against you. I talked about this in an earlier video regarding stance and just setup in terms of how you're holding the instrument. And you just want to make sure you play with that balance issue. Preferably, if you're going to have the bass fall any direction, you want it to fall slightly forward into these fingertips. You can see my thumb raised in the air, showing that I'm not holding the bass up with my thumb. The moment I let the bass fall back on my thumb, then I get stuck, making shifting very difficult, as my thumb is acting like a brake on the back of the neck. So usually when I'm introducing shifting to a student, I like to start out with just checking to see that they're comfortable moving from position to position on the instrument. One great position to start out with is just taking this basic position of sliding your thumb down. When the thumb contacts the saddle, there's a nice position to get comfortable in. In fact, many of the early string methods, like the progressive repertoire of George Vance and the Suzuki repertoire, use this concept of just getting comfortable in this position. That's on the D string, and I'm playing D, D, A, B, B, A. Start of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, right? There's also a nice harmonic under there to check. What I like to do is just use this first phrase. And then move the hand back in a relaxed fashion and play the same thing now on the G string. I play open D. That's first position, D, D, A, B, B, A. And then go back and forth between those two positions so you can get it relaxed and you can concentrate on the double bass just being nice and well balanced as you go between both positions. So. Etc. What you want to look for is this kind of behavior. That's from having the bass too far back and balanced on my thumb. Makes it hard to move. Too far forward also makes me very reluctant to move. So you want to make sure that balance place is well set. Moving back and forth, you can try it without the bow just to make sure that you're not going to lose the bass. It takes a little bit of comfort. Do that easily and fluidly, and you've got a good start to understanding shifting. The final thing I want to show you is how to shift on one string and what a shift looks like. So I'll just shift between the note A and the note D on first finger. Important characteristics of a good shift include the fact that you keep that finger down when you shift. It's always in contact with the string. When you're just getting comfortable shifting, make sure that you can do this slowly. So there's what we call a glissando, or a slide between each note. I'm probably making it look pretty easy. You might experience a little trouble the first time you do it, because what we like to do as we shift down is pull the bass back, which again puts that weight on our thumb. All I'm doing to counteract that in a very subtle way is just using my abdomen and pushing against that finger so that the bass isn't moving around at all. I just resist that movement of the bass and the movement of my hand a little bit. You can see I'm doing this without my thumb, which is something you also want to try to see if you can accomplish a shift without the use of that thumb. So. That's the start of an exercise that I know of as the shifting drill, which all of my students practice. It's basically taking the notes of the A major scale, practicing that glissando between them, A to B, now A to C sharp. And practicing each of those shifts from each note as much as it takes to feel just reasonably comfortable. Getting that slide, making sure your bass is well balanced forward. And if you do that, I have a strong feeling that you're going to feel a lot better shifting, and there will be no shift that causes you any kind of trouble or consternation. Have a good time with it. Thanks.